Hello and welcome to the PetEVIL human tutorial, where I'll be teaching these fine 4 people how to play the game. First off, most importantly, this game is 6 players. We only have 5 people, but we need to assign player colours to people. So this includes having a rocket and a matching rules card, of which the table is sticky, which will be the same colour. So, would you like to grab a colour and go? And I'll just introduce everyone. This is Tom, Lewis, Annie and Minnie, and I'm Joe, the creator of PetEVIL. So pick a colour and start going. Go for it. Going green.
Red.
Nice. Brilliant.
Can't think.
So these little rule cards have a damage table on one side and then the turn order on the other. We will go through that shortly, but first I will explain the kind of point of the game. This is a last player standing game. It's a take that card game. Everyone will start this game on a tiny game, which is 15 health points. So if you dump your rocket tokens onto the health track at 15, awesome. So, the aim of the game is to be the last player standing. You do that by building missiles. To build a missile, you require a warhead card, which is one of those, an explosive card, which is one of those, and a rocket card, one of those. You need one of each card to build a missile. Depending on the colour combination of these parts, depends on how much damage your missile will do. So, on your little table in front of you, you'll see at the bottom of the table, it shows 4 parts, all of the same colour. With one explosive card in this missile, you will do 4 damage. With 2 parts of the same colour, it'll do 3, and with all the parts different colour, it'll do 2. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. So you can stack up to 3 explosive cards of the same colour into your missile. Ta-da, like that. On the card, you'll notice you have 1 explosive, 2 explosives, and 3 explosives. As long as they're the same colour, you times the amount of explosives in your missile by the colour combination of the parts of your missile, and that will give you your total damage. So this missile, with 3 explosives and all the same colour cards, will do 12 damage. That all make sense? Yes. Any questions? Yeah? All good?
That all makes sense.
Brilliant. Awesome. Now question me later, I'll tell you. So, there are even more evil missiles in the game. That is the nukes. They are made with these components. This is the nuclear warhead, the nuclear charge, and the nuclear rocket. You need one of each of these components to build a nuclear missile. You cannot use any other cards in the game. Just a quick note on the nukes. Obviously, we've done the damage of the missiles. When you fire a nuke at your target, the target will take 10 damage and the player to the left and right will take 5. So if I'm hit, I'd take 10 and you 2 would take 5 damage. That is that. Again, all good with that? Makes sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. So, last but not least, there are the special cards in the game. Now, there are quite a few different special cards and I'll run through them one at a time. You have the health pack. Fairly obvious, you restore 4 health points. You cannot go above the max health of your game. We then have the wild cards. There are wild warheads and wild explosives. These count towards any colour part, or any part that they are named for your missile. They cannot be used in nukes, so it defaults to the best colour combination of your missile. We also have the countermeasure cards. Now this is the deflection and the shelter card. So the deflection card allows you to deflect a missile off from that's targeting you to another player. So if I'm having a missile fired at me, I can go, no, I'm deflecting it, and then choose someone else. The only rule there is you cannot deflect it back to the same person who fired it at you. Okay? Yeah. So no take backs. You also have the shelter. Now this prevents half the damage of any missile. With nukes, it will also prevent splash damage. So if you have it when you're being hit by the splash damage of a nuke, you can also play it. We then have the treaty card. This can be played as a command action during the game. I'll get to what that is in a moment. There you go. Basically, it means that no one can fire a missile at you or steal your cards during the game. That lasts for 1 round until the beginning of your next turn. Last but not least, my personal favourite card, the tactical potato. Or the sabotage card. I'll probably end up renaming it, but it's the sabotage card. During the game, you'll get the opportunity to steal people's cards or swap cards with people. If this card is stolen from someone's hand, it's immediately discarded and you take 5 damage. If you manage to trade this card with someone, the person you trade it to will have to immediately reveal it, discard it, and will take 5 damage. Just don't discard it yourself because you'll end up taking 5 damage, and that would be bad. Cool, that is all the cards. Any extra questions? No? So we will now go into the actual game. This requires a little bit of shuffling, so I'm going to give you guys a load of cards, and and ask that you shuffle these cards into the deck while I quickly explain one additional card which I have left out. So, at the bottom of the components deck, which goes at the far end of the board here, is the Wasteland card. Now, when the Wasteland card is revealed, it initiates something called radiation damage. The player that revealed the Wasteland card will receive one radiation marker. The radiation marker will sit in front of that player. At the end of that player's turn, everybody will lose 2 health, and that will continue until the game is out. If that player is eliminated, the marker moves around to the previous player in the turn order. So, how are we getting on? All nice and shuffled. I'll pop this at the bottom of the deck face up. And we'll remove this card because it'll get confusing. That is the 6th player who's not currently in play. All done?
Yeah, there you go.
Brilliant. Right, I will deal out 5 cards to each player. So we are all shuffled up and we are ready to play. However, we will not be doing that here. We'll be doing that on our Let's Play video. That will be going out on our social media accounts, our YouTubes, our Facebook, so go have a look for that there. Our Kickstarter will be going live on the 23rd of October, so make sure you're looking out for that. You can keep track of that by joining our mailing list. So we will see you at our Let's Play video, and goodbye.